Hey, what up everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here tonight. Big news coming out of yesterday was Rey Mysterio signing his contract finally to go wrestle for AAA in Mexico. I know that this has been rumored for well over a year. Of course, everybody knows about the hashtag #FreeRey, about the Rey Mysterio video that played at Triple Mania at SummerSlam weekend. Basically, everybody thought that was big news, where basically WWE would step in and find some way to try and sue AAA, get some money out of them for using one of their contracted wrestlers on a pay-per-view, even though he was accidentally shown over the mainstream. Maybe it was a publicity stunt trying to get Rey Mysterio fired. Maybe that would be the last straw, where he would finally be free to go sign to AAA. But I know this might be bigger news than most people think it's going to be. Honestly, Rey Mysterio is going to go down to AAA, and in AAA as of right now is going to be Mystico and Alberto Del Rio. All three of these guys are guys that were under contract with WWE less than a year ago. Of course, and if it goes back to it, Alberto Del Rio and Mystico, aka Sin Cara #1, were two of the biggest free agent signings for WWE as of only 3 years ago. Both of these guys were brought down, and they're going to be mixed up with Rey Mysterio, one of the biggest wrestling stars known worldwide. This definitely could be a big start of a juggernaut for AAA, a well-known Mexican wrestling company that might already have some fans that are going. If you look over what's going in Japan right now with New Japan Wrestling, definitely you've seen them grow in leaps and bounds with basically the big pay-per-view that they held earlier on this year. Basically was like a worldwide event that almost everybody knew that they had to see one way or another, whether if you paid for it, whether if you bought the Jeff Jarrett pay-per-view with Jim Ross and Matt Striker on commentary, or you signed up and you subscribed to New Japan World. You saw an awesome wrestling show that opened up your eyes to a new world of product out there. Basically, AAA has been trying to get into America for a while. They ran a United States tour, mostly throughout California, about 3 years ago, headlined by the American stars Chavo Guerrero and Shane Helms. It didn't really get them off the ground that well. I don't believe they took their tour again, but everybody knows about the side project of Lucha Underground, which is on the Rey network. And basically it's been growing in leaps and bounds. Conan talks about on the MLW podcast about they're being sat down and they're being told in their wrestler meetings that basically they've tripled their ratings since they've been on. I know that when Lucha Underground basically came out, it seemed to be everybody was talking about them for the first week of their debut, and then honestly I've heard less and less about it ever since, but I still listen to the reviews on the Brian and Vinny show. If there was a best of DVD or some sort of a DVD to get you caught up on the first part of season 1, definitely would be something that I would check out and get caught up on the product. I just don't have it. I know that Lucha Underground is basically one of the networks. Well, the El Rey network is one of the networks added to this Sling app, where basically now you can sort of subscribe to cable without having to subscribe to cable. Basically, it's a limited amount of live television that you can watch either on an app or a tablet, or for only $20 a month. It includes ESPN, ESPN2, like Lifetime, and some other random networks like that. But Rey Mysterio being added to the group of AAA, and more than likely into Lucha Underground, is only going to add more eyes to this. Lots of kids love Rey Mysterio. They love his high-flying acrobatics, or some people debate that at his age he's closer to being done than not. But I do think that Rey Mysterio still has something to add to the American watching public as well as to the world. You've seen big numbers be thrown at him. He's asking for the excess of $20,000 per independent show or autograph signing. I saw that he already has a independent show, him versus Alberto Del Rio, which is going to be in New York, I believe. That's going to be a show that I wish I could attend. That match is going to be good. They had good matches all through WWE, and that's a big-time rivalry match that they're going to be able to take on to the independents. Of course, Rey Mysterio is a name that he owns, so he's not going to have to go under Alberto Del Patron or something like that to sort of change his name but still keep the mystique that he had in WWE. Mystico is sort of screwed. I hear that sometimes he wrestles as Sin Cara, sometimes he doesn't. He's trying to fight the fact that that's his name from WWE. I don't think that's the case that he's going to win. But we'll have to see what is up for AAA. I mean, they could take off like New Japan with these three big names in there. These are big names from WWE that they had under contract not even a year ago. You had all three of these guys, but they decided to let them go. We'll see what the world of wrestling has for us in the future.